is no other way. There is no other way. You know your circus tent is falling in on itself. On itself. You took the money and
If someone were to ask me what I love so much about driving, it wouldn't be too difficult to explain it briefly. It's always a journey, and it's never something I feel I have to do. All around you are an unlimited amount of variables at any given moment that are constantly communicating with you in different ways, demanding your attention and dictating your driving experience. Today, I'm going to do my best to share this MR2 experience with you.
Alright, so the real question is, what is the MR2 for? Well, for those of you who don't know, MR2 actually stands for mid-engined, rear-wheel drive, two-seater. So it's basically just impracticality. It's right there in the name. It doesn't have any cup holders. There's only two seats, like I said, not a whole lot of trunk space. It is the funnest car I've ever driven. And even with two people in the car right now, winding up a hill, it still pulls and it corners. The cornering speed is just unbelievable. It's got a really short wheelbase. The engine's in the middle, so weight distribution is nearly perfect. And the reason I say nearly perfect is because the MR2 will do exactly what you want it to do right up until the tires start to give way. Tail kicks out, maybe you'll be able to save it, maybe you won't. One of two things are going to happen. You're either going to react quickly enough and you're going to be able to snap it right back and save it, or you're going to spin out. That's really what I love about the car. It's really a driver's car first and foremost. And what it's trying to do, I think it does a wonderful job of.
The SW20 MR2 either comes with a naturally aspirated 2.2-liter inline-4 or a turbocharged 2-liter, putting down between 200 and 245 horsepower, depending on which country the car was originally sold in. When you're in the presence of the MR2, it gives you this friendly reminder that its perfectly created curves and subtle visual details are what brought your eyes to it in the first place. This kind of presence begs to be complemented by a parallel driving experience, which is exactly why the thought of driving a non-turbo MR2 never crossed my mind.
Oh my god. And that's a little too fast. You really hear that turbo right behind your left ear. It is a fantastic noise. Never gets old. The gear ratios are absolutely perfect though. Second gear will take you right up to 80, 90 kilometers an hour. Perfect for these windy roads. Fuel economy's good. It does what it's asked. If you're driving at like 100, 120 kilometers an hour, you're pretty close to 3,000 RPM. So if you really want to get good gas mileage, you have to cruise at like 80. And that's not really what we want to do. Toyota really doesn't build cars like they used to. And I'm just glad that I grew up in a time when Toyota's fantastic cars from the 90s are at a cheap enough price point that you can get in a decently reliable car that you will have endless amounts of fun in. It's only a 2-liter engine, but with that turbo on it, it's the perfect size and it spools up really quickly. It might not make big power numbers up at the top end, but that low range torque, it's undeniable. I mean, it's there right from 2,500 RPM. You've you've got plenty of torque. And the boost builds.
MR2 owners don't claim perfection. The unpredictable oversteer, cramped engine bay, and a missing sixth gear for long drives are all points against it. What is most apparent though is the feeling of community amongst fellow MR2 owners, as is the same with car culture itself. It's not about rivalries. It's all about bringing people together and sharing the experience. A staggering amount of aftermarket support is available for the MR2, keeping it popular amongst driving enthusiasts who want a good platform for perfection. The list of exciting yet affordable mid-engine cars is almost non-existent, which is why clean examples of the MR2 have leveled off in value and in some cases gone up.
Really easy ways to up the power. If you do a full turbo back exhaust with intercooler, air intake, pump up the boost a little bit, you can get to 300 horsepower relatively cheaply and relatively easily. There are MR2s out there making upwards of 500, 550, even 600 horsepower. I really think you can have a good, streetable, reliable MR2 with around 350 horsepower.
Perception is 9/10 of the law.
The MR2 is lost when it's away from home, struggling to fit in and express its true identity as a driver's car.
The weakness in you, the weakness in me.
But as soon as you guide it home, the MR2 experience will grab your attention and never let go.
But it didn't take that much to see the weakness in you, the weakness in me. We've got to hold